Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Sophia's mummy. I thought I would do a get ready with me video just so that you could see how I can transform this mess, this red blotchy mess, into something a little bit more presentable. As you're probably already aware, I'm in my early 40s. I've only just got back into makeup. I used to be into makeup really heavily when I was younger, so a lot of techniques have come on since I was doing makeup, but I want to do something for older people rather than watching 18-year-olds stick insects that are absolutely stunning doing makeup, because hey, they're stunning in the first place. You know, they've got a really good canvas to work on. Oh, I've got to be dealing with this, and you know, you have to be careful because I don't want to end up looking like Widow Twanky from pantomime. So I thought I'd just do a get ready with me video. So bear with me as I go along. First thing I'm going to do, obviously I've cleansed, toned and moisturised. That's like the holy grail every morning, every night, is to make sure that you keep your skin hydrated so that you don't get any dry patches and to keep it nice and bright. The only thing I'm finding at the moment is I'm using the Superdrug 15 SPF moisturiser that has been advised to go on top of my day serum that I'm using, and it is actually clumping. I think I actually did mention this in a review that I was doing, but it actually clumps on my skin. So if you see me do all this, don't worry, it's just because of that. Right, so first thing I'm going to do after I've moisturised is obviously put a primer on. Now the one that I'm using at the moment is the L'Oreal mattifying infallible one. Now I find this really good, and I actually find this as a really good dupe for the Smashbox Photo Finish, the original primer. I don't think it's necessarily like that now. I mean, I've got still from like 10 years ago, like the Smashbox when it first came out, the primer, and this feels just like that did. So it's the silicone based. You're only really supposed to put this on your T-zone for oily complexions, but I like to put this on all over. And the reason being is because I've got lots of bumps in my skin. I mean, I don't know if you can see or not, but I've got these two like moles that are actually under the skin. They look like witches' warts. Sorry, I couldn't resist. They look like witches' warts, but they're not. They're actual moles underneath the skin, and there's nothing I can do about it apart from have them removed, and that would probably end up making it look worse than what it is now. But I do tend to use a primer all over my skin, not just on my T-zone, even on my dry bits, only just to even out the texture of my skin. My skin, it can get very dry underneath and on my cheeks, but extremely oily in my T-zone. And I just find the mattifying primer over the top of my dry, even though you're not supposed to use it, actually helps level out the skin. And the other thing that I found as well is that since I've been using it underneath my makeup, my skin isn't drying out so much anyway. So whether it's because I'm allergic to any of the makeup that I'm using, or and it's drying my skin out, I don't know, and this is giving it a protective barrier, I have no idea. Hey, I'm not the scientist. There is no science bit on this thing. There is no science bit. So I'm just going to just double pack my nose, because my nose is so greasy, and it ends up that my foundation will slide off, which is really attractive. Not. So there we go. Primer on. I'm just going to leave that a few seconds to melt into my skin and just sit. But it's got a lovely feel. I love how that silicone feeling makes my skin feel. It just, yeah, it's really nice. So I'm just going to grab my primer for my eyes. So I do have two primers that I use. They're both by Makeup Revolution, and they are the Focus and Fix Eye Primer. We've got one that's the original, which I really do love. I think it's great. And then there's the Eye Brighten one. Now I was imagining it to be, when I ordered it, to be like a really bright colour, but it isn't. It's actually like a darker pigmented primer, but it goes on and it basically eliminates any dark circles because it blends all of it together, and it leaves a beautiful shine. So I'm going to use this on here today just so that you can see what that looks like. And the great thing is that on the website at the moment for Makeup Revolution, it's actually at £1.25 instead of £2.50, which is a total and utter bargain. But I think when I checked last night, they are actually out of stock at the moment. But definitely keep an eye, because yeah, honestly, I need to stick to my day job, don't I? Yeah, keep an eye out for it, because at £1.25 it really is it's a lovely primer. It leaves my eyes feeling really nice, and it blends them all out so that they are the same colour, and it does keep the eyeshadow in place all day. And I have found that this particular primer actually does brighten up the eyeshadows that you wear. It just looks amazing. So I'm just going to go in there just a little bit more. I don't know if you can see or not, there's this sheen, this beautiful pearlescent sheen over the eye, but it really is, it does feel beautiful, and it does actually look quite nice. You could get away, I suppose, if you didn't really want to wear any eyeshadow, you could get away with just wearing this, if you're obviously 18 and have perfect skin and are stunning like me. I don't know why I pull these silly faces when I come out with these silly little jokes. I really don't. It's one of my quips. I think anybody that actually knows me in real life will know. Especially my very pregnant friend who's been watching me on YouTube recently. Hello, sweetheart. Hope you and T are okay, and that Pip is doing all right. Yeah, so right there, that's on. So I've used the Brighten one, and the way that I mean brighten as in brighten your skin up, not as in the seaside resort. But yeah, it's very difficult to tell which one's which, but the only way that I know is the fact that this one's got a white label on. So there we go. That's my eye primer on. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. I'm just going to fill in my eyebrows. Now, for my eyebrows, I've got all sorts of kits that I use. But one of my things is my Old Faithful that I really love. And that's my Clinique eye pencil. And I've had this donkeys. Great. I've had it donkeys and there's no lead in it. There's no lead in my pencil. Right, I'll just go back to this one then, because although this is an eyeliner, it's a quick liner for the eyes. I do actually like it just to fill in my eyebrows, just for a really natural look, without being too heavy, too out there, too dark, and too wah. So you might not be able to see much of a difference, but it just tidies them up a little bit. I'm not into having my eyebrows thick and black like the rage at the moment, because I think at my age, at 42, oh, did I say that? It kind of like, yeah, I just think, yeah, I'll leave it to the young'uns. So yeah, that's tidied them up a little bit, just to, I should really put some wax on that. I've got my Makeup Revolution wax box, so I'll just go and get my wax box, my brow kit from Makeup Revolution. Right, so this is my Makeup Revolution Focus and Fix Eyebrow Kit. Now, you can't actually see really what it is on there because it's been used so much, but like the name has, yeah. But anyway, if I hold that up there, you can see that it is the Focus and Fix, part of the same range as the eye primer, and that's medium dark. But it's great because you get these fabulous little tweezers in them, which are, I've got to say, are the best tweezers that I have got. Even though they're miniature, they are brilliant at grabbing hold of them hairs and getting them out. A lot of the tweezers that I've got are pretty useless. And then you do get your different coloured powders to go on. So I'm just going to just double check to see. I might just fill in a little bit there. There. Fabulous. So I've got my little pot of wax. So I just set this just so that it doesn't go anywhere, because nobody wants their eyebrows running off, do they? No. I think it would look quite weird if your eyebrows got up and ran off. Right, I'm one of them silly moods today. Right, okay, so eyebrows done, primer done. We can now work on the rest of the face. Okay, now I have got a sample. This is actually from Pure, and it is actually a primer, and it's a correcting primer from Pure, and it's made of minerals. I'm just going to try this out. Even though I've got a primer on already, I'm just going to try this out because, as you can see, I have got quite bad red skin. I always have done. Especially, I've got a circle here that I can't see looking in the mirror, but it does pick up on camera. There is this like really weird circle. It's like a white blemish with a great big red circle around it. It's huge. So you've probably noticed it already. But I'm just going to put this over the top, just to take off any redness, just to even out. Do you know, I might as well just go whole hog and just even up my face completely. I remember when the green first came out many years ago, was it in the 80s or 90s? It was all the rage, and like my mum said to me, oh, you ought to put this on, it will make your skin look much better. But she didn't tell me that I had to put a foundation on over the top. And I had people laughing at me because I had green skin. Just a little funny story there, little anecdote. So, you know, this feels really nice. This, oh my goodness, this really does feel lovely. And it is toning down. It is toning down the red somewhat. It's not taking it out completely, but then you don't want to, because I still need to look like me. Because otherwise husband comes home and says, who the hell are you? What have you done with my wife? Can you stay and not let her come back? Anyway, that's evened that up quite nice. I don't quite like that. I mean, that is only a sample. I got that from M&S. The young girl in M&S gave it to me as a sample to use. And I've got to say, I actually really like that. Again, it's by a company called Pure, which is P-U-R. And they do, it's like a makeup, but it's a skincare makeup. But they don't actually do skincare itself. They just do the makeup. There, I think that's quite, yeah. Okay, another sample here, which is the Stila foundation. This is great because this is like a first impressions really of God, that really has made my skin feel so soft. That's really nice. I like that. I like that a lot. Anyway, yeah, this is a Stila foundation. It's apparently it's quite a high coverage one. I don't know the name of it. It just, sorry, the water's running because I'm wetting up my beauty blender. Yeah, it's called Fair 2. I mean, you get a little bit in a pot as a sample, but it goes such a long way. So it's great because I break out really easy. It's nice to be able to have a good few days use of a foundation to find out if that is what is for you. Now, she's put the colour on me and said that this is the colour that suits me best. So I haven't personally used it, so I don't actually know if I mean, I think that's got quite a yellow undertone to this, and I'm obviously very pink. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, that is very yellowy. That's alright though, it might end up looking really nice. It might not notice once. See, I am a fan of Clinique. and my favourite foundation of all time is Clinique. And although I do promote the fact that I don't do high-end makeup, I think you do have to invest in a good foundation. And I wouldn't normally go and buy it, but I had a voucher for John Lewis that I won in a raffle last year for 20 quid. And I thought, well, husband wanted to use it for something for the house, and I said, no way, I'm having it for Clinique foundation. And I've got the Beyond Perfection, and that is in linen, and that's just so lovely. I really love it. But I thought I'd give this Stila one a try today and see how we get on, or how I'll get on, not we. There is no we, it is just me. Now, I don't know if you can see this on camera, but to me, that is very yellowy looking. Very yellowy looking indeed. I'm just going to give it another go, because my red's still, it's meant to be a high coverage, but you can still see my freckles and that underneath. That's not a bad thing, but it's more the redness that I like to try and calm down. I mean, obviously the freckles are me, so so, you know, I can't say I'm actually over the moon about this Stila product, because I don't think that's balanced my skin out at all. No, right. I'm gonna just quickly go over with my Old Faithful. It's probably gonna clash now, isn't it? I'm probably gonna look pink in one side and red on the other and green and oh, yeah, this is definitely my favourite high-end foundation. My favourite budget or drugstore foundation has to be Max Factor. I absolutely love the Miracle Touch. It's like a compact, but it is like a liquid foundation, and it's like a compact, and that is really good, and that does give fabulous coverage. There we go. That's better. Covered up the old red cheeks so I don't look like I'm blushing anymore. Right, okay, so I blended that through. I did do it off camera because it does take me quite a long time to do, because I do like to wear quite a lot of it, because I like to cover up all the redness in my cheeks. And I know that a lot of people don't like heavy makeup. I mean, I wouldn't call it heavy makeup, but it's definitely heavy for me. But I have to, because of the red. Otherwise I look like traffic lights. Ding, ding, ding. Right, next is I'm going to put some concealer on underneath my eyes. Now, my go-to concealer has got to be the Collection one, which, funny enough, isn't here. So I'll just go and grab it. Yeah, it's the Lasting Perfection. Oh, I really like this, and it's in Fair 1. I'm just going to put that under my eyes and just blend that out. Just so that I'm doing it on two different sides, just so that you can see the difference. So I really like that because it really brightens up my skin underneath my eyes. I do put a little bit in there. I don't know if you can see the difference. I really like it because it just gives a nice bright area for your eyes, and it's really affordable as well. picked this up in Asda for £3.50. I know it's widely available at Boots and Superdrug and what have you. But they do stock it in Tesco, not Tesco, sorry, in Asda. Well, they do in our Asda anyway. So that's completely lifted my eye area up. And what I also do is just put a little bit down here as well, because I will contour, not heavily, but I will contour. And I just like to have a definition, just so that you could, because of my redness, I don't know if there's good some, just very, very conscious of how red my face is. My blender needs a really good wash. If anybody can tell me by putting in the comments how I get the stainage out of the blender, that'd be fantastic, because it doesn't matter how I clean it, you still get the colour of the foundation on where it's stained. There. Yeah, I like that. That's nice. Now, I don't know if you've noticed or not, but I do take my foundation down and blend it just so that it does, so that I don't look like I've got this face with a different coloured skin. I know that I have, so don't take the mickey. Let me just double check that in the mirror over here. Yeah, perfect. Perfectimo. Right, the next thing that I do, again, it's not in here, bear with me, bear with. Okie dokie, Intelligent Cosmetics, and it's like a mineral foundation. Now, it's supposed to be a foundation on its own, but I will say it's naff on its own, but I do use it as a setting powder. I really like it as a setting powder, because it's very, very fair. And you can probably see I'm actually very fair, apart from the redness, which is why I always say I look like traffic lights, especially when I put the green on to take it out. Yeah, so yeah, I like this. This is nice, but it's obviously not. You can use it as a foundation if you wish. You can use it as a concealer, finishing powder. And now Wayne Goss, I'm a big fan of Wayne Goss, massive fan. He suggests that if you want high coverage from your foundation without looking caked, like I clearly am, he suggests putting a mineral foundation on first, and then put your normal foundation on over the top. And I've got to say, doesn't work with this, but then that's because I don't think this is a particularly good mineral foundation. I have tried it with the Avon Carmen Effects, and I find that even though I've got the coolest, lightest tone, it's still too dark for me. It still makes me look like I'm tanned. And I put a foundation on over the top, like my Max Factor or my L'Oreal, my True Match. It does work, and I've got to say, you get full coverage without the cakey look. And I do that quite a lot. So thanks, Wayne. That's absolutely fantastic. A brilliant tip. Absolutely amazing. Right, okay. So base is completely finished now. So now I'm not going to heavily contour. I'm just going to contour a little bit because I do like how I look once I've contoured. And also, again, it helps hide up that redness. So I'll just go and grab my contour colours. Okay, so contouring, again, you can see how much I've used this. This is the Duo Face Sculpt by Makeup Revolution. And I use this every day. And you have the contour side and the highlight side, which, again, it's just absolutely gorgeous. I'll swatch. I mean, you can see that the contour isn't too dark. And the highlight is lovely. So I used my Freedom brush that I got with my contour kit, which is absolutely fantastic. Alright, some cheeks. You find your cheeks, you don't bring it in too far, just bring it down to the corner of your eye. Not actually the corner of your eye, but in line on your cheek. Like thus. I put a little bit around here. I mean, it does look scruffy at the moment, but don't worry about that because it'll blend it out. If you can understand what I'm saying, you just over metal. So that will get blended out. I do put a little tiny drop on my nose, but not too much. Because I've got quite a small little nose. I'll put it into there. And just the usual places that they tell you to contour, and a lot of them get you to do these bits. Now, even though I've not blended in, you can see how already that has brought my cheekbone out. And the trick to do this is don't layer it all on at once, is do it a bit by bit so that you get the right colour. Blend up. All right. Sorry, Sophia. Sophia likes to make an appearance in all my videos, whether it be verbally or actually. So there we go. I'm blending it up to blend into my skin. Because the thing about contouring is you don't want to see it. You don't actually want to see any lines. Because it will just look ridiculous for a start. But it's meant to do, just bring out the shadows on your face to sculpt you. Now, this has been going around for a long, long time, but not in the public. See, being a professional photographer, I do know about these things. No, in all honesty, it is a trick that photographers use, especially on larger ladies that have double chins, that it's like putting it here gives you a complete false shadow, so it makes you look like your skin, your chin is really square, although mine is. It does make you look like you have really defined cheekbones and chin. And I do like how that always made me look when I've got that. Now I'm going to do a second layer because I just want it to look a little bit darker, but I won't bore you on the camera with that. So I'm going to quickly do that. I'm going to nip downstairs and get my little Anna milkshake because she just wants a milkshake, and I'll be back in 2 seconds. Okay, so she's got her milkshake. I've got my second layer on. I don't know if you can see. I just look like I've got a shadow down there. I don't think it looks like it sticks out. I mean, I have got in front of the mirror, in front of the window, so should be able to see. But that looks, to me, that looks natural. That looks, yeah, I like that. So next step, I usually do my highlighting. I use a foundation brush for this because I just find that it's easier just to pop that in. See, I look like my red's coming through already. Hate my redness. So, yeah, not a huge amount of highlight, just enough. Because I will use a little bit of shine later on. Let's just blend that in as well. Yeah. So that tell you what, £4 that is an absolute bargain. and I've had this now since December, and I haven't even though I use it like nearly every day, I haven't even taken the embossed waffle appearance off. Great stuff. Okay, blush, again, good old favourite, Makeup Revolution. This is the palette Hot Spice. These are absolutely gorgeous colours. I do like their blush palettes, and you do get highlighters, and well, it's just absolutely beautiful. But I'm going to be using this colour here because it's not quite so pink or orange. It's just a nice natural sort of, just nice natural colour, but not on the apples of my cheeks. A lot of people tend to do this with their blusher, and you shouldn't do. Just need to put it on the apples of your cheeks. And at my age as well, I don't do the smile under it because obviously as you get older, you do have lines, and if you do that, then it does actually cake into the lines rather than just sit naturally on your face. So I'm just blending that in. It's highly pigmented, so you don't need a huge amount, you just need a little touch. I'm just blending it in with a brush, with a powder brush. And this is a dupe for the Bold Metals. And no, I didn't get it from Makeup Revolution. I actually bought it off of eBay. Right, so that I think is enough blush. I don't need any more blush than that. Because what's the point of hiding up all my red skin and then putting blush on it to make it look cha-ching? Nope. Next, we've got Summer of Love, and this is a bronzer, and this is one of the blush enhanced, but it's the bronzer that's got the dark, then like the iced mocha, and then like a highlight there. And I use that a lot. I love that. That's got to be my favourite bronzer of all time. I just really love it, and I swirl it all round. I just literally just gently, just to make it look like I've just caught the sun a little bit. Just gives a nice healthy gleam to your skin. I don't do any more than that. You don't need any more than that. Not unless you want to look like Kim Kardashian, which at 42, no thank you. Again, blend it in, just so that it looks more natural. And now for my absolute favourite. This is the best bit that I really love. And that is to do my highlight. I absolutely love my highlight. To the point of like being obsessed with highlight. I got this in Makeup Revolution. Again, I might as well be an ambassador for Makeup Revolution. A kit that I got at Christmas that had got the Duo Sculpt in, and it had got an eye palette in, and eyeliner and highlighter. And this was in there, and I love the highlight. It's one of my favourites. And I take just a very small fan brush and just the tops of my cheeks, just so you can just see it. You don't need to look like a fairy. No offence to fairies, because fairies are lovely. But just enough to give it so that what you're trying to do is when you're moving in the light, you're trying to just catch the highlight. It's to catch the natural highlight on your face. I put a little bit here because I do like to see the highlight on there. A little bit on my nose. I'm not into this highlighting all the way down my nose because I just think naturally you just wouldn't. Again, Wayne Goss, eat your heart out. Cupid's bow. And again, not so much that it's cha-chang, just enough just to give it that. And then a little bit on your chin. just going to put a little bit more on there. So that when you turn, you have that glistened look. And I really like that. So, right, that's the face done, apart from obviously eyes and the lips. I'm just going to put some setting spray on. I do my eyes with the setting spray separately. Oh, she says, what's she done with the setting spray? What's she done with it? What's Mummy Pig done with it, Sophia? Ah, here we go. I got it. So, there we go. Right, so while I'm waiting for that to dry off, I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to go and get my eye palette, mascara and my lipstick that I'm going to get, and I'll put it all in here so that I don't have to keep pausing anymore. And I'll be right back. Just very, very quickly, I've just realised that I've got this and I haven't tried it, and I thought, oh, I have swatched it on my hand and it looks lovely, and it's the Autograph highlighter that was kindly given to me. Now I know I have put my setting spray on, but that's now drying off. I'm just going to put a tiny, tiny amount on my cheek. Look at that, that's just beautiful. You just don't need hardly any of that at all. Now I know that that on its own will last all day. And I know that because when I swatched it on my hand originally, I couldn't get it off. It lasted all day and it is so pretty. So I've swatched that on my, well, I haven't swatched it on my face and put it on my face, but that's just to show you what the Autograph liquid highlighter is like. And I've gone for the, not the orangey tone, but the more lighter tone. And she's back. She's back in the room. Oh yeah, that's on tomorrow night, isn't it? I really like that. Okay, so I've got the Revolution Redemption Palette Iconic 3, which we all know by now is a dupe for the Urban Decay Naked 3. So I'm not going to go on about that. I'm just going to put a base coat on. I always put the lightest colour on as a base. Always have done. That's probably the wrong brush, actually. That's a blender brush. I'm just going to use this one because it's a lot bigger. I can get a lot of the eye covered quicker. And that's really nice. I really like this palette. It's lovely. It's beautiful. And I understand this is one of their original ones they brought out 2 years ago. Makeup Revolution have literally just had their 2nd birthday. That's lovely. I really like that. Okay, so in my crease, sorry, I always laugh when I say in my crease, and anybody that knows me will know I'm dirty cow. Right, so I'm going to go for the middle matte colour here. And just so that I remember which one it is, because I've got a habit of putting a colour on and then going, which one was it? Okay, so I'm going to put that in my crease and just blend it through. I love watching people do this. I just find it very therapeutic watching people blend in, and everybody does it different. You've got some people that does it like this. You've got some people that do it like this. And I think it depends on the shape of your eyes. If you've noticed, my eyes are very, very hooded. Very hooded indeed. So that when I open my eyes, you can't actually see any eyelid apart from just one rim. And I believe that as I get older, it's actually getting worse. So I tend to use a lot of mattes on my eyes. Okay, so that's that colour there, which I absolutely love. I just think that's such a nice, natural. I do gravitate towards my browns and nudes a lot. I do like it a lot. I'm going to go in with this colour, which is a shimmer, but it's all pretty. And put that just all over my lid. Which colour was it again? Dreadful. Really dreadful. Okay. Again, blend. That is really pretty. I really like that. And then with a very small brush, I go for this colour here, which is the pink, glittery pink. This is like my favourite colour out of the palette. I pack on the lid, like so. You can see how old I am in my eyes. Grr. See, a very spring-like look. I think that's really, really attractive. What I'm going to do is take just that darker colour, put under my eyes here, just to. I don't overdo it because I think on me it doesn't look that good. I'm the old-fashioned eyeliner girl. Oh. Don't you just love that when you get an eyelash in your eye? Now I can't open my eye. There. Pretty, pretty. I'm just going to pack some more of this on. You can see this is my favourite one out of there because it's the one that's the most used. So the more you pack it on, the lovelier it is. And you don't get a lot of fallout from this at all. And this is almost like a foil. Okay. So I'm just going to use this again. I'm just going to highlight under my brow. There we go. And I'm just going to use the Strobe and Highlight from MUA, the powder, just to highlight in the corner of my eyes. I can't believe it's April the 1st today. Where is this year going already? I can't, it's a bit of a shock, isn't it? I can't believe it. Right, okay, so that's the basic eyeshadows done. I'm just going to try and find, I've got some Aqua Seal Primer from, you've guessed it, Makeup Revolution. Because apparently this is really good for putting on your eye to set it once you've done it. Sorry, I keep getting messages from friends and it keeps popping up. That looks lovely. I'm just going to go in again over the top with that pink and pack it on just to see if that does make a difference. Yeah, that does actually. It's really sparkly. Okie dokie. Time for mascara. And funny enough, no, it's not a Makeup Revolution one. It's, oh, I absolutely love this. The Maybelline Falsies Push Up Drama. Gorgeous. Just because I've got very, very long eyelashes. Why is it whenever I do mascara, I don't open my mouth when I talk? Yeah, I don't do a huge amount because my eyes are so long. No, my eyes aren't long, my eyelashes are long. I'd be in trouble if my eyes were long. Make sure you get every little lash. And a lot of people actually coat the top of the eyelashes, and I don't. Never have done. I only do what you can see. I suppose you can see when you do it, and I suppose it's because when you shut your eyes, it's too much faffing about for me. Way too much faffing about. I'm just going to use, this is a really, really old eyeliner from like the 90s, and put that on my waterline. And what I like about that is it's not very dark, so it doesn't really darken your eyes, it's just a slight colour. And then on the eyelash line itself, just to marry that up with the top lid. And then do a little flick out. I tend not to do a lot of flicks. And the reason being is because of how my eyes are. So it's just... flick's gone right up to my eyebrow. There, I'm happy with that. Okay, take my hair down. So this is the face. Much better than before. I'm just going to finish off with a lipstick. And you've got it. It's a Makeup Revolution lipstick. Wouldn't be me if it weren't Makeup Revolution. I don't know what I did before. Well, I wasn't even makeup. So this is a lip hug, and it's called When You Came to Me, and it's a lovely nude with a lovely peachy undertone. Oh, it really does feel like it's hugging your lips. It's lovely. really like that colour. That's lovely. It's definitely my go-to colour at the moment. So there you have it. I've gone from looking like just this, well, I'm not even going to go there what I looked like before, because we all know what I looked like before, but I think I'm half decent to look at now, as in not half decent to look at as in pretty, but at least I don't stick out in a crowd for being too ugly. Oh, I got mascara on my eyelid. One tip that I will give with your setting spray, look at that bimbo wing. I tell you, I could save lives with that. If I'd been on the Titanic, I'd have saved loads. With this, when you put it on, don't put it on after you put your mascara and eyeliner on, because otherwise it runs. Oh, I just combed my hair with my mascara comb. Don't do that, because otherwise you'll end up with panda eyes, and it's not a good look. It's not a good look at all. But on the rest of your face, as I did, yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. I'm quite pleased with how that's come out. Let me just comb my mascara through. I don't need to do it very well because it's actually really good today. God, fancy cup of tea now. So there you have it. There's my get ready with me. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're not too bored. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Comments please on what you think. If you don't like it, give me a thumbs down. I don't care. It doesn't bother me, because if you don't like the video, you don't like the video. You can't help it. I'll leave my hands to wash now. I'm now going to go downstairs and have some time with my baby girl, who's downstairs on her tablet watching YouTube, probably kids YouTube. She's addicted. That's because of her that I got into YouTube. But there you go. Thanks ever so much for watching. Subscribe. Please subscribe. That would make my day. Great. Happy April, everybody. And we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.